Great. Well, welcome to your practice, guys, and welcome to your mat. And this is what I want to say. We get on the mat, and I always say, you have no idea what's going to happen today, and you still show up. So that's the key, is the showing up. And so I was thinking about how, we get on the mat, and even just not knowing and still being here is that sense of play. And that, to me, is the key of, I might say this a million times about a million different things, but right now at this moment, that is the key to practice, is the play and the playfulness. And, it's just almost rediscovering your inner child, who your parents say, all right, go play at the playground. And you run as fast as you can to get on whatever apparatus you enjoy the most. And without any plan, right? You just get there and you're like, and you just start playing. And other kids come in and they want to play, and you don't even need to know each other's names. You just play together. And sometimes, if that evokes something in your mind of probably a super fun, wonderful time you had at the play park. Okay, welcome to your playground. Welcome to your play park. And even though we're not in the same room, so we're playing together, but not really. So what we're playing with is this body, this breath, these thoughts, and we're just bringing it all home, and to invite everyone to come play. Even the sore hip and sore foot and whatever, injury stuff, we invite it all, and we receive it all. And then we just be very kind. What's the first thing you learn in kindergarten? Play nice with others. Treat everyone with respect. And that's the same with everything we're inviting in here. Can we treat it all with kindness and respect and play together in a way that makes everyone feel part of the group? All right. So with that, let's start with the prayer wheel, because that's how we've been starting. So we'll just bring the hands together at your heart. We're going to go the opposite way. So first to the heart and out this time, but just begin by lengthening yourself tall. Inhale. As you exhale, close your eyes, bow your chin. Keep that length, that lifting up from the heart, the sides of the waist. Let your jaw drop. And then just take your awareness to that space between your hands. The unseen, the heat, the light, the energy, held by the things we can see, the physicality of your hands. And welcoming the energy and the matter. Whenever you're ready, friends, take an inhale, re-lengthen. And on the exhale, start to take these fingers towards your heart and down. The backs of the hands come together. And then we'll inhale back. And just be in this flow wherever your hands, how big, how small. Just feel that you're welcoming in this practice, this space. Anything you are experiencing in your life right now, the good, the bad, the ugly, invite it in. With reverence, and your prayer hands here. There's an opening, closing, receiving, and a letting go. Let's just do one more in this direction, and then at some place you'll just spin it to go in the opposite direction. And the next time the hands come together at the heart, we'll leave them there. Just breathe into this. You have shifted already some energy. Maybe you can already feel a churning in your belly or vibrancy in your arms. And we'll open, practice, and chant Om 3 times. Lengthen yourself tall as you inhale. Release this breath as you exhale. And inhale to begin. Releasing your hands to your thighs, lifting your chin and opening your eyes. All right, guys. We'll take the blanket and we'll just start. We're going to do a few cat cows to start. So you can put the blanket underneath your knees if you like, or just set it aside. In the setting, take your time. You feel the fingers spreading. You anchor your hands, your knees. You can look at them. They're in line with each other. Tuck the toes under. And you know these actions. So whenever you're ready, you start with whichever feels right as you inhale, and then changing as you exhale. This is the very first posture we're doing in this practice. You might close your eyes and just take the time to feel these oscillations, who's coming to play. Who's not quite there yet. He's like, that's the kid. You have to say, come on, it's okay. Moving a little back a little bit more. Let's do one more, exactly as you are. And we'll come to neutral. So we're going to take the right knee and just step it forward a little bit. So they're off balance now. And then take your left hand and let's take it back a little bit. So the hands are right hand, right knee are forward. Left hand, left knee are back a little bit. And now come back to your cat cow. And playfully feel. Let's take two more. And as you finish, you'll come to neutral. You just slide that right knee back, the left knee forward. Let's keep the hands where they are. So now the left hand, left knee are a little closer towards each other, and the right hand, right knee are a little further apart. Then just go through your cat cow. Here. It's going to feel. You're hitting a completely different place. We'll do two more. And then we'll finish, and all you're going to do now is just take the left hand forward of the right. So now left hand, left knee are forward, shift yourself, and then go for it. Go through this cat cow. Two more. And as you finish, you come to neutral, and the last thing we're going to do is take the right knee forward of the left. So we have right hand, right knee together, and then just move through cat cow. Might be very slow. If you feel something, oh yeah, that feels good, then play there a little bit longer. Okay, last one. And then we're going to settle back into child's pose. And let's open the knees nice and wide. The big toes can touch. Again, it's the very beginning. So as you take your hips to your heels, if they're not quite ready to go there, no blanket in that place. You stay on your forearms or lower yourself down. And then settling into child's pose. Now we've done all this opening already. So just inviting in some playfulness with your breath here in your child's pose. So as you breathe in and things expand, can you press from the inside out? As if you're expanding, creating more space. And as you exhale, not sucking in so much, just a gentle drawing in of belly, sides of waist. You might even feel movement in your back. And so just play with that breath for maybe 2-3 more rounds. And then we'll release that completely. Melt the heart. Just be in this. Take one more breath. Beautiful. All right. And then from here, we'll come back to hands and knees. And I'm just going to keep the knees apart, move the feet as wide as the knees, tuck your little toes under. We're just going to roll back and forth on the feet. So you can walk your hands back and just do this little child's pose and back. And there is cat-cow here. So feel what it is for you. And if your feet love this, your ankles love this, your calves love this, or they like, oh, I'm not sure if I want to play. And you just smile, invite it in. One more. Okay, I'm going to settle here, walk my hands back, and then I'm just going to turn to face you guys. We're just going to open one knee at a time and bring it in. Yeah, if you need to be up higher to do that, you need to rest, take your time. Yeah, just opening your hips and closing them. Then we'll come back into center. We're going to move into a downward dog here. Could be child's pose again. And just walk your feet back. And then this time, we take a little peek at your feet, and then we'll just pedal the feet. Also take a peek at my hands, see if I can spread my fingers out a little wider. And I lift my sit bones a little higher. Hug the arms towards each other. Good. Okay. All right, just settle into your dog, whatever that means. We're just going to do 3 breaths here. We'll play a little bit, move a little bit, even in the stillness. And then we'll lower down onto your knees. Maybe sit on the tops of the feet for a moment. Take a breath or two. Great. Okay. Shake your wrists. And then we're going to grab these blankets that we have here. I'm going to open it up, and we're going to create that sausage roll to lie on. So I fold it a third of the way and then roll it as nice and tight as I can. And it's going to go this way. Okay. Yes. Sit on the ground. You know, you add in extra props. The blanket can come right against your hips, or it can be further away. And then you just bring yourself down, reach over your head. And if there's a little bit of blanket sticking out, you can tuck it under. You get a little extra head support. And if that doesn't work for you, the length of your blanket, but you need head support, grab another blanket. Okay, so the arms are going to open to a place that's okay for you. You might feel some discomfort at the tips, inner tips of the shoulder blades. Hopefully it's okay. If it's really very uncomfortable, if you lift your arms up and then you reach up, pull the arms back down and then out, that might hug the blanket a little differently. Let's see what works. And then we'll all have our knees bent. I'm going to walk the feet in closer to the hips. Feel your feet on the floor. And then press the feet down and just lift your hips up so you feel like the whole spine is now in line with the blanket. So you're not going up super high. You're just lifting it enough so your spine is all in one length. Now draw your belly in. And then as you exhale, release belly back, tush, everything back down. Okay, now we can keep the legs as they are. You can walk them a little bit apart, drop the knees towards each other. And we're just going to drop in here. So you close your eyes, drop your jaw, feel the back of your head heavy. Just receiving this little bit of, I'm gonna say spinal massage. And we're just going to add in the breath layer. So just become aware of your breath. Notice the flow of your breath. You feel it's from bottom to top or top to bottom. Just notice how you're breathing and how you're releasing each breath. And now feel that blanket roll. Hopefully you're very aware of it. And imagine that you could draw your breath on the inside of the spine. So moving in that same direction, but feel like You are massaging the inner spine as you breathe in and out. Just feeling your breath moving that way. If that doesn't make sense, you don't feel that, just imagine it's happening. Like smoothing out, creating space. And in that massaging breath action, you are also inviting yourself to be a little heavier, a little more relaxed. And stay with that breath for a few more rounds, and it's very natural to kind of lose it, drift, and then just bring it back. Let's do 2 more breaths. Okay, and then just stay as you are. You turn your palms down, and we did walk the feet wide apart. Just going to open the knees as wide as the feet. We're going to go to Windshield Wiper here. So use your hands to support you. You start, very slowly. You don't have to go super fast. Just drop the knees from side to side. So you're rolling over this blanket a little bit here. Maybe it's flattened out. It's still doing what it needs to be doing, which is supporting almost this natural curve of the spine as the tail. You feel your sit bones, your tailbone down. You get this lumbar curve as we reach up or arch up to the blanket. That's it. Okay. And let's just do 1 or 2 more. And then we'll just roll off this blanket. So as the knees go to one side, whichever side, just roll yourself off. Press yourself up, and then quickly just move this, not quickly, don't go super fast. Move the blanket out of the way and come back onto your back. And just take a moment here, just feel how much you have ground. You could put that blanket under your head too if you need it. Okay, I'm just going to take the arms, not right by the sides, about 30 degrees away with the palms down. The feet are nice and a nice distance apart. You'll play with that. Okay, we'll feel your feet. We're going to lift the hips up. Again, we're not going super high. I'm just lifting up maybe, 2 inches, not that much. And then see if you can soften your glutes. So you keep the feet are very engaged and you're like, oh, can I just soften my glutes without touching the floor? Just be there for a moment. Drop the jaw, the shoulders. You feel like right at the solar plexus, things are not tight, but engaged a little bit. Soften your glutes, soften your glutes, soften your glutes, soften your glutes. And then lower down slowly. And if you softened your glutes, it's going to feel like maybe pillows are touching first, and then you come into all the way. All the way down, take a breath in. Breathe out. And then prepare to lift again. So adjust, anchor, lift your hips. And then as quick as you can, not super fast, but try and soften the glutes. And then we'll start to sway this, I call it the hip hammock. It's not really the tush moving from side to side. You think of one hip lifting and then the other hip lifting, and swaying in between. So when one hip lifts, that foot pushes down into the floor a little more. Okay. And now you've got this little swaying. Can you soften your glutes? Let the jaw go. It's just a practice. It doesn't have to be anything more than whatever you're doing right now. Oh, can I do this and can I do that? Good. And then come to your center. And lower down, go slow. If you've softened your glutes, it'll be like little pillows. Come all the way down. Turn your palms up for a moment. Walk your feet a little wider apart. Drop the knees together. Pause here. just going to take an in-turn windshield wiper. And just go ahead, move into your windshield wiper just a few rounds. Okay, and just finishing up, coming back to your basic resting pose, which is feet on the floor, knees together. You can walk your feet in a little bit, maybe in line with your hips or a little bit out. I can take my hands and feel where my feet are. Maybe you can do that too. And then from here, I'm going to keep the knees anchored towards each other and bring this belly in a little bit. I'm just going to slide the right knee past the left knee and then switch. So it's almost like, you know, if you're rubbing your knees together, like the way we rub our hands together. And what's happening when we do this is we're really moving into the low back, the hips, the sacrum. So just feel, you notice the two sides. One side might be more free than the other. Okay. Notice if your shoulders are moving too. All connected. And then we'll release that, come back. We're just going to drop into Bhatakanasana for a few moments. So you heel toe your feet together, soles of the feet together, knees open. If this is not happy for you, you press the feet together. So you're using the inner thighs, your inner hip crease to hold this up a little bit. Some of us can just flop into it, but it's almost like a God-given thing, open hips. Sometimes it's there, we don't even know it, we can cover it. And sometimes it's just the way it is. Take one more breath. Good. And then bring your knees back up, heel toe your feet back to where they were before. Okay, so something under your head if you need it. You might want something under your hips. I'm going to show you what we're going to do, and you can go right for it or you can adjust yourself. Take your arms back down to that 30 degrees away. Spread the fingers, anchor the upper arms, shoulders, maybe tuck your chin a little bit, and then the back of the head presses. Okay, I'm just going to lift the legs up, and they're apart. They're like still sitting, you know, the feet are apart or over the knees. We're going to come into this windshield wiper in the air. So you're just moving the knees, but the feet are going. And then we're just going to paint lines. So as if you can start to drop these, you just keep going side to side, but the feet are going towards the floor. They don't have to touch. And then you'll paint lines back up, maybe a little higher than your knees. You know, you just be very playful here. And whatever you need to help make everything a little happier, you can do that. Okay, and you might go a little faster, or you might stay slow. So if I go faster, then I think of this as a low back clearing. The back is clearing. So we're not egg beating, we're just going side to side, painting lines, smiling. You turn your palms up if you don't need your hands to support you. Good. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then you can hug your knees in or put your feet on the floor, whatever feels better. Take a moment. I'm just rocking my knees in and out. Good. Okay. Lower your feet to the floor. Now we're going to take the hands and we're going to bring them underneath the hips like we do. So the thumbs might touch and the index fingers might touch. So you lift your hips, bring your hands right underneath your tush, lower your hips, tush down. See how that is? If it's no good, adjust it, take the hands apart. You have a blanket underneath your hips, you might not need the hands. Okay, lift your feet back up. Good, and then just find this flexion of your feet. Okay, now we're gonna egg beat. So you're just gonna find this egg beater action. And the hands are there underneath your hips, give you a little lift, but also a little feedback. So you can actually feel everything that's moving. If it's no good with the hands, you don't take them out. Good. So just egg beat in this direction. Watch the mobility of your legs, your hips, your feet are active. Your smile is present. Good. And then reverse and egg beat in the opposite way. Can you make these egg beaters bigger? The biggest egg beaters. Good. All right, I'm going to reverse again. So it's more internal or whichever direction you happen to be going in now, and then reverse again. Don't forget to breathe. And last time, reverse, reverse. And then your choice, you either hug the knees in or feet on the floor. If you want to do a happy baby, after all that hip, that's fine too. Whatever it is, you're here, you're breathing, you're receiving, you're playing. Good, okay. I'm gonna bring the knees into the chest only because I'm gonna rock and roll up. So if you would rather roll to your side, that's fine. Otherwise, take a little bit of rock and roll. Oh, good. Okay, so let's come up and we'll take that blanket roll. I'm just gonna re-roll it. Third, or whatever it is, roll it nice and tight. Okay, and this time it's going this way underneath the shoulders. There we go, okay. All right, so you know this one. Shoulders go on top of the blanket. You might hold your head, feet are there, and I lift the hips just a little bit, roll over the blanket, let the head come down, the arms out, tush down. And so once you're here, friends, you know, if it's too much, unroll the blanket, put more support under your head or your hips. Your arms can rest on the blanket or they come over top. Okay, and then so, you know, adjust. Again, if it doesn't feel quite nice in the shoulders, you just lift the arms up to the sky and reach up and pull these straight arms down and then reopen. Might shift. Okay. So do whatever you like with your legs here for the next few moments. We're just receiving this. Okay, start to notice your breath. Just without changing it, just where am I filling as I inhale? How am I emptying? So we're just going to change the focus of the breath here. Along the inside of the spine to now just along the inside of the front of the body. So you actually can feel the heart space filling, and you might feel it fill all the way to your throat. And then releasing you on the inside. So imagine you feel the breath travel from the inside to the front of the body. And just being with that breath pattern for a few cycles. Just doing your best. Whatever's happening, it's happening. You are breathing. And soften through the third eye. You're really bringing your inner gaze inside. One more moment here. And just let yourself be so heavy. And stay with the breath if that is helping you, or just release all of that and really be with the heaviness of this body. The lift of your chest that's naturally happening. To offer assistance to the curves of your spine. Last full breath in. Maybe sigh it out. And then we'll roll to the side. So I'm going to start by dropping the knees over to one side. And then roll yourself over. Gently pick yourself up. Do the same thing. We'll just move this blanket out of the way unless you need it for behind your head. And then bring yourself back to lie down so you can feel what you've just done. Good. So hopefully you feel very grounded. Reach your arms over your head. If you can extend your legs, they can stay bent, but if you can extend your legs, do that. Just grow yourself so long in both directions. Flex your feet, feel your heels on the floor, and we're going to go for a hip walk. So I'll push the right foot away from me, hike the left leg in, and the right arm might extend, the left leg might suck, our left arm might suck in, and then just climb the ladder, go for this lying down walk. So you're just extending through one side and then the other. Yes, that's it. Good. And then bring yourself back to center. Bring your arms down by your side. Bend your knees, place your feet on the floor. Good. Okay, so from here, friends, still on your back, you don't really need any props. Take your arms out to the side. Heel toe your feet nice and wide, at least mat distance, wider. See if you can feel like you're pigeon toeing a little bit. And then let's drop both knees over to the right. You're gonna take your left leg, that's the one behind, sweep it over, like straighten it, see if you can maybe kick into your right hand. And then just take it all the way back. And it can bend. You're just gonna move this left leg forward and back a few times. Just being playful. Let your head move. Let everything move. Good. Let's do one more. And then we'll just set that left foot back. As soon as you do that, you can just bring the knees up, adjust your body once you're on your back, then drop the knees over to the left. Now we're just going to move the right leg. So it comes up and over, maybe give a little kick out to the side, and then you bring it back. And just find the playfulness or the slowness. Whatever it is for you is good work. We're going to do two more. And then we'll come back and you'll just bring yourself onto your back. Let's just do regular windshield wiper, a few rounds just to move the back. Good. And now let both knees drop over to the right again. This time you're going to take your left arm. You're going to sweep it all the way over your head. Yes. And then all the way back out. We're just going to trace this line a few times. The left arm opening the chest and bringing it back. So your head might have to pick up and you're playful when you're there. Okay, the next time this left arm comes all the way over to the right, keep your legs where they are. Press yourself up. And we're just going to take this twist that we do. So the legs are already there. Walk your hands behind you. Lower onto your forearms. And just take a few moments. Breathe into the full circumference of everything you've got. You can draw your belly in a little bit. Move the shoulders away from the ears. Good. I'm going to lie down now so the legs stay where they are. Just open the arms out. Maybe the head faces to the right, or maybe it turns to the left. You decide. Okay, wherever you are, just start by bringing in that. As you breathe in, can you work from the inside to press out? Good, one more breath. Good. And then just gently bring yourself back up. Once you're back up on your hands, left arm's going to sneak, this is my right arm. It's going to sneak out. And then you just come back onto your back, knees up, find this, just lying on your back position for a moment. Separate the feet. And when you're ready, we'll drop the knees over to the right, to the left. Okay, then the right arm is going to trace this line over your head, come over to the left, and then back. And just do that a few times. So we're just moving the upper back. Extend that right arm as much as you can, like you're reaching for the full arc over your head. Good. And do this one. I'm going to do one more. And the next time your right arm comes over to the left side, walk yourself upright. And then just keep walking the hands behind. Turn. Oh, I just got such a good back grip. And then take your arms down. So you're on your forearms. You be here for a moment. You just engage what you can. We'll take the belly in, move the shoulders away from the ears. And then lower yourself down if that's where you're going. And then head can turn either direction. And play with the breath. And one more breath. And then you find your way back up onto your hands. You walk your hands back to wherever they need to go. Left arm underneath. Roll onto your back. Just pause here for a moment. Good. Okay. So I'm going to bring the knees in to rock and roll. You could also just roll to your side. Maybe if you're rocking and rolling, you take a little balance moment. Oh, can I balance on my sit bones? Okay, friends. Once you're here, we're just going to move on to our tummies. So maybe you can find a playful way to do that. Whatever it is. Come onto your tummy. Okay. So once we're here on our tummies, you can stretch one leg back, then the other one, tops of the feet on the floor. Then we're going to start with a baby cobra. So the hands come underneath the shoulders, and you spread your fingers. So this is where I'm going to lift the shoulders, lift the hands up off the floor, the elbows stay in, and then I seek and I lift from the back of my head, back of the heart. So I'm looking down, I'm not looking up. Maybe your legs want to lift up, that's okay, or they stay anchored to the floor, shoulders away from the ears, belly in a little bit. And then release yourself all the way down. Rest. If you want to turn your head to one side, that's fine. Just notice. And then the next time we come down, you'll turn your head the opposite way. Otherwise, maybe forehead resting. And now feel into this vibrancy within you. Good. Take one more breath. Nice. Okay. Set yourself up for Cobra, and this time we're going to go a little bit higher. You might use your hands. Even if you can go all the way up, we're just going to do a little bit. So start by lifting the shoulders, shoulders away from the ears, shoulder blades together. Feel your hands. Press down and come up. So the elbows stay bent. Don't come up so much. Draw your belly in. Feel your hands on the floor. Pull the floor back. Extend through your legs. One more breath. And then lower all the way down. Stay here. Bend your knees. And we're going to do some windshield wiper. Just moving side to side. Let your hips move, your head move, whatever wants to move. Good. And then bring your feet up to point to the ceiling. So your knees and your thighs are on the floor. You're going to find your egg beating action here. So egg beat. Let's feel all the stuff that's getting invited in to play here and move. And now egg beat in the opposite direction. Sometimes that can be a bit of a mind or a brain gym exercise. Good. Okay, and then go back to windshield wiper a few times. And then release your legs, feet back down if you need to stretch or lengthen. And coming back to Cobra. This time I'm going to let you go as high as you like. So you spread your fingers. Maybe you take the hands even back a little bit from the chest. Lift your shoulders. Start to come up, and your hands can come in any place here. Now, if you are up all the way with the shoulders back and you want to look up, open the mouth and let just look up. Draw your belly in, extend your legs, and exhale, lower all the way down. Okay, so now here, guys, we're just going to flow into Cobra and back down a few times. So you can go as high or as low as you like. Okay, so whenever you're ready, lift the shoulders. We'll inhale, come up, and then you'll exhale, lower back down. Maybe you even tuck the chin, and then come up. The head can lift if you've done that. So there is cat-cow here. I'm going to do last one. That's 3, and then come down. Once you're done those 3, just rest. So good. Okay, and while we've done all of this back stuff, all of this leg stuff, all of this chest stuff, I'm going to go right to Danyarasana, the upward bow. That's where you grab both feet. So if that's not in your wheelhouse today, you just can stay with Cobra, or you do one leg at a time. That's totally fine, you know, this little thing here. Or we just go for it. We bend both knees, reach back, find your feet, find your ankles, find your pants, or just reach and flex your feet. If you can't grab your feet, that's fine. Just keep reaching. You might just lift your head, but if you've got them, flex your feet. You can even hold on to the ankles or the tops of the feet, see what's better. Shoulders lift, same thing. Really drop down and then press the feet back, lift up. Maybe your thighs lift, it's all fine. Breathe here wherever you are. I'm going to hug the legs towards each other. They do want to splay out, bring them in and then release. And if you're doing one leg at a time, do an equal number. Come all the way down and breathe. Okay. So here's what we're going to do next. And I'm going to show it in two different ways. So if you did one leg at a time, then, you know, you have one forearm, you grab the leg, you're going to just reach. Maybe we'll roll to the side and come back. And then you'll just do the same with the other leg. Roll to your side and come back. Otherwise, I'm going to do it with both feet. And the rolling to the side thing is really about the thighs doing the work. So if you can watch if you want, or go for it. I lift the shoulders, lift up. Now I roll to the side, and then when I get to that side, I'll push the foot back, take a little extra stretch. It's the first time I tried this, 10th time I tried this, this is very challenging. But if you don't do the work from the upper chest, you do it more from the thighs. Yes, okay. Come back. Release. If you're doing one leg at a time, take your time, do an equal number, and then when you're done, come to rest. Take a breath. I'm going to come to child's pose through Cobra. So when you're ready, take a full breath in, breathe out, set yourself up for your version of Cobra. Take your Cobra, low, high, whatever it is, and then we'll just take it up and back, and you'll find your child's pose. And again, I'm going to do knees really wide, big toes touch. If you need support between your hips and your heels, put it there. Maybe the arms walk out, forehead rests, or you bring your arms in to support your head. And see, can you snuggle your tummy a little bit more deeply between your thighs if that's available? Okay. Take another few breaths here. Melt your chest. Okay. All right, my friends. Just going to walk the hands back, come up. Bring your knees right close together. Okay, so if this works, I'm going to take my little ovary fists, put them where your ovaries are, even if you don't have ovaries. Lift yourself up and then drape over them, over these fists. So you're pressing into your belly. You can let your arms the elbows drop. We're just going to take 5 intentional breaths, and you're pressing into your hands with the belly. So as you breathe in, you're using your internal strength to push in. Let's do one more breath. Okay, and then just bring yourself back up. Release your hands. Give your little hands a little shake. Okay, so we're going to come to Artichondrasana, and I might add a Chapasana. That's where you grab the foot. So I have a block. Now, if you prefer to do this with a wall or a chair, that's fine. I'm just going to put one block right there, and then I'm going to come up into, let's take a little forward fold interlude. Wherever you want to go with this forward fold, you do that. Let yourself drape. And then we'll roll ourselves up and really roll. Feel the tailbone is dropping. You can let your arms dangle. And the head will be the very last thing to come up. Feel the chest, neck, head. And once you're up, then your arms can just stay by your side or you can reach up. Okay, so this is how we came in the other day. I'm at the, here's I am. I'm going to step my right foot halfway, so it's between the block, and my back foot, left hand to your hip. Now look at your right foot, guys. See, you can spread the toes. Anchor it down. Now you bend into that knee, reach for your block. If you don't have a block, you can do this on the floor. Your block might move forward or back. Okay, now you just shift the weight, maybe lift the left heel, take the tush back. Remember this? I'm just accentuating it. So it's more cow, nice and strong. Look down. When you feel ready, start to lift the left leg. Right leg can straighten or stay bent. Both legs can stay bent if that's better. If you feel steady, even just changing your gaze point invites in a little bit more play, more lila. And then if you're steady here, maybe the left arm just drapes on the left thigh. All good, we have to know how to fall. And then we reach back, grab that foot, and you can open if that's there for you. And the falling is just part of the play. So just get back in, wherever you are. If your pose is done, it's done. And just come and stand and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Yes, like, you know, when you go down the big slide the first time, that feeling of exhilaration, feel that. Okay, so I think we're all out. Yes, all right, second side. I'm just gonna turn around so I now have my back to you, but you're fine. Okay, I'll step halfway. I take a moment and look at my standing legs. I spread the toes, anchor. Okay, now right hand to your hip, left hand finds the block. Adjust where you put it if you need to, and then find your butt back. Can I stick my butt back? Draw my belly in. Let me see. Oh, okay. Find your Artichondrasana. Lift up your back leg, push out through your heels. Even if you keep a bend in your knees, it's fine. Then you play with the gaze. Find your balance. Even if it's not there, you can lift the arm, or you take your right arm on top of your right leg. Bend back, find it, open, or not. It's all an active play, all fine. Good. All right, I'm gonna go back in, but if you're done, you're done. Just feel. Good. And then we'll all just meet in the standing when you're done. Feel amazing. Yes. Good. Okay. I'm just going to clear the back super quick. We have one block. We'll put it there. You can also use a wall if you have that. Okay, separate your feet apart. Hands to here's your waist, here's your hips. Find your hips. Lengthen. As you exhale, bend your knees. Shift the weight onto the left leg. Here we go. Right ankle crosses. Then I press the butt back. Maybe we just stay here, or you find your block. It's all fine. Put butt back, butt back. Okay, and then we'll come out. Step down. Pause. Yeah, beautiful. If you have a wall and you push the wall, tush back, you might just love that. So whatever it is, right leg, hands to your hips, sit down, butt back, left ankle over right knee. And then just be here in your balance. Set the jaw, let it go. Or take your hands down, find your block. Or the floor. You might even just go right to the floor. Breathe. Good. And then we'll come up and out. And pause. Beautiful, guys. Take your time. Yes. Okay, we're going to come all the way down. So just for playfulness, clear your mat. Come to the front. Inhale, reach up. Now as you exhale, we're going to sit down on the legs. As you sit, the arms can start to move in front. Maybe you touch the floor here, or you don't at all. Come down and roll onto your back. However that works, you just play with it. And once we're down, let's hug the knees in. Let's take a happy baby. You can grab the outer edges of your feet, or take your arms to the inside, grab the heels. Whatever works. Good. You're going to start to rock those side to side. Let your feet, your legs move. If you want to extend one leg, bring the other one in as you do this. Be playful. That's it. Good. Okay. Just going to release that, hug the knees in, set the feet on the floor. Hopefully your block is nearby. We're just going to lift the hips and put the block underneath for a little upside down. So the block can be any height that feels good. It goes right under the sacrum. You walk your feet in closer to your hips. Lift up. I'm going on the highest height because I like it. But you listen to what you need. Okay, feel free to let your feet walk nice and wide apart if they want. Settle in. Oh, I feel a lila. Feel the play coming. I'm just going to heel toe my left foot until I feel that the leg is in line. Now your hands might grab hold of your block, or they can stay on the floor. I'm just going to extend this right leg up to the sky. Flex through the right foot, and if that feels okay and I feel steady, I can take the left leg out. Maybe the heel will stay on the floor, or the leg extends. One more breath. And then we'll switch sides. Maybe that happens in the air. I'm holding my block just for stability. So the right leg can be bent now, or can be out. This is great for back clearing. Good. Okay. Set the feet down. Take a few breaths here in your neutral. Okay. Whenever you're ready, guys, so just come off the block. All the way down. Just feel now. Remember, we started with the opening of the chest, and now we just did the bottom part of the spine. You should feel very grounded all the way down. Let's take Windshield Wiper last time, just as a way of clearing and releasing. Move into Savasana. So you can roll to one side. If you need to come up, if you don't need to come up, just settle yourself in. But okay, I am going to go to legs up the wall again. It's a magical pose. So if you like that, then you're welcome to do that, or just bring yourself into a very comfortable lying down position. So last time we did legs up the wall, because I have a plethora of bolsters, I did it with 2 bolsters. And guys, I love that. So I'm going to do that again. And let's see, I think Lindsay, you have 2 there. Okay. Yeah, so whatever works. You just find yourself a nice comfortable way of coming into legs up the wall. Sit on the bolsters. Turn my tush to the wall a little more. Okay. So hopefully you're comfortable and covered. If you have an eye pillow, bring it in. Or there's a girl in my teacher training had super long hair, and she used to just wrap her hair over her eyes. That works too. Oh, here's the part where we've been playing on the monkey bars, swinging on the swings, going down the slide. And here's where we just kind of wander into the field and lie on the grass, look at the clouds, feel the sun, and just have a quiet moment with our friends. Just feel everybody's content, vibrant, youthful, connected, and happy. When you're with your very good friends, and you can all just be quiet and still and Bask in the joy of being together. Notice any places you're holding tension in your eyes, your jaw. Sides of your neck. Your shoulders. Your hips. Corners of your mouth. It's feeling yourself become more settled and heavier. Still with me, feeling the breath like a gentle breeze. It's flowing all the way from the soles of your feet up through your legs, through the hips, the pelvic bowl, through the belly, the chest, crown of your head, back of your heart, low back, backs of the legs. Using these next few moments to just rest deeply. Letting that deep rest almost invite in the next phase of this awakening. When you feel ready, moving in a way that makes sense. You take your time. You know where you're going. You just meet in seated whenever you get here. Just taking that opportunity, this invitation to just bask in what you have created, recreated, released, let go. And even that feeling of, oh, that was a great time at the park. It was a great time. So when you're ready, friends, you bring your hands together at your heart and just bring in this mantra we set at our last practice, which was, I honor myself, I honor my practice. I honor myself, I honor my practice. From here, we'll inhale, lengthen, and exhale this breath. And we'll join together in our May We Be Blessed mantra. Inhale. May we be blessed with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be healthy, and may we be happy. Seal that with one Om. Inhale. Take a full inhale. Breathe into your hands. Your breath. I honor my practice. I honor myself. Lift your chin. Open your eyes and offer this deeply. We'll send it out into the world and beyond, and then take all that good energy that's being offered and bring it back. So much love, guys. So much love. Thank you so much for being here, for playing with me on your mats, right? So much fun, guys. Thank you. Have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. I will see you guys hopefully on Sunday or in your next practice. So much love, guys. Bye, everybody.